some will argue that they're not really equipped to. You probably have guards or security men.
Even if they're not equipped, they still have what we call local vigilantes, which are, at least could have helped to curb that a bit. You understand? It wouldn't have been as much as it was when the issue came up. You understand? So the first security agent they should be their own people. Now we found that we already know that when Boko Haram are coming to abduct people, they only abduct the girls, the women. Then definitely we shouldn't just leave the girls only in the school. Probably we should have more men to take care of them. The father should be responsible. The brothers should be responsible. You shouldn't just leave them there just as much as that in the school.
I think, Tunde, the question now would be, how far should a parent go or an administrator in the school go to protect the children?
Then they can get in, the military personnel to come in. That should be.
All right, then. Government mentioned Boko Haram had been, defeated. And now this happens, and then there's the issue of misinformation. So do you think that between when the Boko Haram were defeated, quote and unquote, that they are still working underground?
Yes, I want to believe so. They decide to just stay low to make everybody believe that nothing is happening anymore. It made me to remember something that happened sometimes back when the former president of Nigeria, president of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, was trying to advise the presidency then that you can't fight someone you don't even know. Then he advised the presidency that it will be very important you negotiate with them. When you call for negotiation, you cannot negotiate with someone in the dark. The person definitely will come. Then it will help you to know who and who is behind the curtain. When you know who and who is behind the curtain, then you can have a roundtable discussion. What exactly is the problem? Not that you stay behind somewhere you're talking about the issue you're having with the government or with the nation, and I don't even know who I'm talking to. The best thing is to, unfortunately, it has gone far beyond what they can even handle now. Probably if it has been handled that way there, then probably we wouldn't have gotten to this to the level we are which you are today.
Okay, it's from the point of view of the citizens now, because we got word that a couple of citizens threw rocks and dangerous objects at the governor on the visit to Dapchi, and I'm looking at from the point of view of the parents of these children and the communities. What do you think would be the next move to try and appease these parents or these community members? Because there's a build-up of anger now.
Yeah, thank you. Before the governor, I will have advised the governor to do something. We need to get few persons in the community, like the leaders that the parents or the community people do listen to. Appease them first. You got my point. Then they are the people that will go back. They are the ones that will go back to the people and talk to them. We need to listen to the government. We need to work hand in hand, because the government will not be able to do it all alone. They will still need to work with the community. And it is now time for there be cooperation between these two factions rather. So that is why there's need to, first of all, look at who are the key persons in the community that the government can pull out and make a round table discussion with.
All right.
I think that will help a lot.
I mean, it's a developing story, so we'll have to see how that unfolds this week. Okay. But I think the message has been passed. And talking about developing stories, one story that made the rounds that it's still quite bizarre. 70 million naira, monkey swallow allegedly. And then we had the snake and the 36. And a lot of memes and jokes have been flooding the social media space. But at the core of everything, do you think Nigerians are actually being taken for a ride? Is it like a big joke now?
Yeah, I think that's what they are thinking. But if care is not taken, and if they allow this to get out of hand, it might cause more issues. And
what do you foresee in terms of issues?
You will don't be surprised when we have the so-called big men on the street and they find it very difficult to walk on the street. And the youth or the let me say the masses will just come up and attack them. It happened to one of the men in the house in National Assembly that went to his village sometimes back, and he was seriously attacked. If care is not taken, that is what is going to happen, because everybody is angry now. All whatsoever money that could be used to help us, to help the youth, to help the masses, to help us, to take us to a better place. Unfortunately, somebody is putting it somewhere in his farm, and now we're hearing the story that monkey is taking it off, or the money that probably could be used to do something better. Someone kept it in the safe, and now we're hearing stories that it's being taken up by snakes. Now, if you could have 35 million naira being hidden in the safe, then why do we have, that means the money is not doing anything there. Then why do we need to have jam from being sold at that price? That means it is possible for the price to be reduced and being available for every student to be able to take it.
We'll have a quick pause there today. I'll come back to talk about this issue. But before you go, let me just touch on this last issue. Donald Trump called, Africa a S-hole. We all know what he said.
I understand.
And when you hear stories like that, do you think we deserve to be called such?
You have been addressed the way you're dressed. The way we make ourselves look to the outside nations, that's what we are being called. Right. And so if you want that to be changed, then we need to change
ourselves.
I
appreciate that. Sorry to cut you, Tunde. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll be back after the break on Rubbin Minds, this time talking about the not too young to run. Why aren't we seeing that many young people running for positions? We'll talk after the break.